So Abby is a relatively new member, but you may remember her dad, Dr. Rebelo, who was actually one of our guests. So Abby, you are up with Megan Reilly.
Hi, how are you? You are so cool and awesome. The question that I had for you was, I know you had said you were like 24 years old when you started to go into franchising the business. So can you speak a little bit to what it's like to be that young in the business world and go through those major changes and be your own boss and kind of speak to that?
Yeah, I love that you're here, Abby. This is amazing. And I'm glad that you are asking questions too. It's funny, Abby, I never really thought it was all I ever knew. And so for me, it was always kind of just normal. Now, there were many times when I thought, oh my God, they're saying so many things. I don't know what they're talking about. Like I would get on the phone with our accountant and I would immediately start sweating because I had no experience. I had no experience, but I had this business that worked. And so I had a lot of moments of that back what I talked about before is feeling like, I don't know if I should be, I don't know that I'm in this, I don't know if I'm a grown-up yet. Like, should I be here? Should I be doing? So there was a lot of that self-doubt. But more than anything, I saw things that worked and I just kept following the things that worked. And so I think back to intuition and gut and what you know and what you see. So as you're going through your career and when you're young, it doesn't matter how old you are. It matters how you show up. It matters how you follow through. It matters what you do. Your age doesn't matter. And I didn't know all of this until I kind of could look back. And the reason I was successful at a young age was because I always showed up. I always followed through. I was always taking action. And that like, it just works. You're never gonna find somebody to be like, you need to talk trash about people. You need to sleep in, be lazy. Don't write your goals down. Don't think about what you want your future to look like. Like, we all know what works, but it's actually executing it. No matter what age you are, when you start to actually execute on those things, results follow. A lot of results just are inevitable if you show up. And so by you doing things like this, Abby, networking with people, getting around, I wish I would have done that at your age. I didn't have a network of people at your age. I was like kind of blindly going in with a machete through this forest and there was all these beaten paths I didn't even know about. So continuing to put yourself in positions like this where you're talking to other people is huge. But there was a lot of self-doubt. There was a lot of cluelessness. And there was a lot of action. And that's honestly what happened for like the first 5 years of my career.
Thank you so
Megan,
much.
how do you decide who to align yourself with now that you're, out there, people know who you are, and you're very successful? Like, how do you determine who to be close to and who to align yourself with?
I know I've heard this someplace, but like, do I want to sit down and have a drink with you? Do I want to have dinner with you? Do I want to hang out with you? Like, I really have to like you. And then I also have to believe that you believe what you're saying. And I think there's a lot of successful people out there that I'm like, please, I don't believe them. And so I'm like, I'm out. Like, I get that everybody might like you, but I don't believe a word out of your mouth, or I don't think you're really doing it all, or I think you've got all this other thing. And it's just again, back to my gut. It's like, the people that I love are people that I find to be very authentic, maybe rough around the edges, but I don't care about that. I want to know that you are you're living the life that you're talking about. And so and whether you're known or not, I want to know that you're living the life that you present. That authenticity matters to me the most. And without a doubt, that's what I look for in people. And that's when I look at the people that I'm closest with. They're the people that have that self-assuredness. They show up as themselves.
Yep.
And they're nice. I like nice people. I like jerks.